So we are collectively in a place right now where we have been through all those 9 steps of the cycle that ends at the 10th step. But right now we're still in the 9th phase. So the energy is like we have been wounded by the process because it has been intense. And our spirit has been challenged, and we might have felt like we were still somehow enslaved to something in the process. And right now we are over what was happening, yet still it isn't the new cycle. And so we do not feel grounded right now. We crave it. This is the issue. We crave peace and safety of home, but we're in the process of becoming a new version of ourselves and actually also our species, so collectively who we're gonna be. And so we kind of are in this weird place that feels like we're floating in the ethers with our decisions. It might feel like this because we want to get into a flow state, but it isn't quite accessible to us yet. It's not the flow state that we are actually after still. So there's this card that represents wanting peace and actually nothing else, just peace. And it gives off the energy that a person was pushed by something bigger than themselves to be in this kind of flow state, but the person isn't happy with it yet. It's not comfortable with it yet, even though it's okay. It's just normal right now. This was actually in reverse. So this is normal right now to experience this. You can try to ground if this is something you're struggling with, because that's quite a big challenge, a difficult energy to work with. And so I asked for the remedy for what is happening, and I pulled out 4 cards, and here's what they're saying. One is that you have to keep your eyes open. You don't put in a blind eye, I think that's how you say it, to what is happening around you, because you are responsible for your environment. You are responsible for your community. And the way to live that's best for all of us is if we look at ourselves as we are in position of power, like the Empress. Like we have the community around us to take care of. And so this is the Empress' job, that she nurtures the community. She knows what is happening in her community, and so she tends to it. She takes it as an important part of her responsibilities. And even though there are chaos and bad things happening around, how we can shift it is to not be ignorant of that, to actually notice what is happening. So there's more to this message. This is a very challenging thing to do, right? I know that when I speak this to you. But it's also because we are going through a difficult period that the more so do we need to get motivated to be like that. Then there's also the card of the Fool, but it isn't what you might be used to about the Fool. So here, the Fool is like servant of God. So the God may need you to fulfill tasks that may be different and feel like are departing from what you see is reasonable and productive, like through your ego. But God may need you to fulfill tasks that are a little out of the logical, productive way, like out of just something that gets you get a paycheck. Exactly like what I was saying with the tending to the community. This is not something that will give you money. You feel for yourself what this means to you in your situation. So, because it will be different for everyone. But here the Fool means that when you fulfill those tasks that you feel are put on you, like you are the one, because we all are different. So in each community there are different people who have resources for different areas, like different things to tend to because of their best skills and just unique energetic blueprint even, right? So you intuitively must know who you are in that community. It can come to you, you don't have to know it right now, but just put your mind to this idea. And when you sense like this is something like, oh yeah, okay, I see what's going on, so I guess this is how I can help, because you can, because you have gifts that would help. And then maybe your mind goes like, oh, but it isn't gonna make me money. Then this is why the Fool's card is here, because look how happy the Fool is. It's when you have the faith that following through with this task, because you just know it, because you feel like this is what God is putting you to, or universe or source. Let's not get hung up on that. When you follow through with this task, your faith is renewed, that's one. And you're actually serving so purely in that state. And it just brings rewards that you would never expect. Just like when you go out on an adventure, like the Fool, you sense that energy, right? Like when you go out on an adventure that you don't know what's gonna come and appear on your path at all. But it's cool because you know you can trust that, because you know something is sending you there. This is exactly what we're talking about. And so you are supported. That's what the card is here to tell you. And then there's also strength in reverse. This is because the whole difficult energy I've been talking about is because you are meant to become this powerful, different, yet very strong version of yourself. It's going to be someone new soon. And we want that person to be birthed out of your beautiful aspects. So this is why they are now being challenged. You will have peace, like you see in here. You will have support. You will have gained experience. You will have general rewards, but it isn't happening yet. This is something that you are now called to. I'd love it for you if you take up that invitation. Thanks for today.